Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk joint pain. Joint pain on Mounjaro because it is a side effect that I forgot to mention in my tips video, but it is very much an existent side effect, and apparently a lot of people are experiencing joint pain, but it is nowhere to be found on their website, and really is not part of their side effect list or whatnot. But I did want to go over that, and I also had a short story time to go over, so I will share that at the end. That way, if all you're here for is joint pain, then you can watch the video about joint pain and be done. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. It's Chrissy G, Life with Me. I am starting my channel mostly talking about my weight loss journey, but I do eventually want to spin off into other things. Also, if you are back, then thank you so much, you guys. You don't know how much I appreciate it. The fact that I'm already at over 600 subscribers is absolutely phenomenal. Like, I'm so excited about that. I cannot wait to hit my first 1,000. Thank you so much for all your support. So let's get right to it. I do not have any notes today, so I'm just gonna wing it. Honestly, you guys, I'm like running out of topics. I don't know what else to talk about on Mounjaro. I've been boring because I'm still on the 2.5. I am going into this Wednesday will be week 8. Today we're Monday, so this Wednesday, which will be the 17th, will be week 8, I believe, 7 or 8. I'll leave it in here. I can't never remember off the top of my head. It feels like I've been on Mounjaro for months now when it's only really been 2 months. 2 months of the 2.5. I know I'm for sure ready for the 5 because I am starving on day 4, which also brings me to another point of what's going to happen when I'm no longer on Mounjaro, because right now when it fades, I'm back to my cravings. I'm back to my hunger. Are my cravings as bad as they used to be? No, not at all. Am I hungry like I used to be? Absolutely. So anyways, moving on to the joint pain, right? So it wasn't something that I initially noticed. The first week that I took it, I noticed my wrist was hurting, and I think I did talk about that in one of my videos. And I thought it was just something simple. I thought maybe I'm starting to carpal tunnel. I don't know. You start thinking all these things, and it hurt to the point where I couldn't open jars. I couldn't do certain things. And then it would go away. It would be like 1 or 2 days and it would go away. And then I took my injection again, and guess what was back? The pain in my wrist. And then it would go away. And it wasn't until somebody asked me if I had been experiencing muscle aches or joint pain, which I hadn't really been experiencing muscle pain. But the joint pain was there. And then came week 3 and week 4, and holy grail. My pelvic bone, so the bones between like your pubic bone and your inner hip, or I don't know, I think it's your pelvic bone. When I open too wide, or like getting in and out of the car, or getting in and out of my desk, like when I open my legs to get out of my desk, like it hurts so bad. Like it's real. And I don't know how else to explain it, but why those bones hurt and not really any other bones anymore, I have no idea. They are the ones that are the most sore for me after injection. And I notice it the worst the very next day after injection and the day after that. So the first 2 or 3 days post injection, my pelvic bone hurts really bad. Like where my leg flexes on the end. So that for me, so the first week or 2, it was my wrist and my wrist and my fingers, I believe. And then weeks 3, 4, and 5, I noticed it's the pelvic bone for me. So I know that it is something that people have been experiencing. So if you are experiencing fatigued muscles, feeling like you're sore, feeling your bones ache, that is a complaint of many people. So it's not just you. It's not on the website, but it's something that a lot of people are talking about. If you guys have a TikTok, you can find me on TikTok. It's also Chrissy G, Life with Me. There is a huge community of Mounjaro users on TikTok now, and all kinds of people with all kinds of information. Some very good information. Some people are just constantly updating their weight loss. Some people really got into it and are documenting everything about it and giving tips and tricks and all that good stuff, just like I do. But I do want your help. I need ideas, you guys. I've been on it 2 months. Okay, so we're over with the joint pain, right? If that's all you wanted to hear about, then Thank you so much for watching. If you want to stick around for my story today, then please do that. So I showed up at my doctor's office today because thankfully a user asked me for his information. I pulled out my business card, and behind the business card was the appointment time and date, which was August 15th, 8 a.m. So guess where I show up? August 15th, 8 a.m. I get there, you guys, and there's already a line of people outside the door. And it's 8 a.m. I'm the very first appointment, according to, the doctor or whatever. So I'm standing in line. They finally let us in right at 8 a.m. And then it's like a crowded room of people. There's literally about 5 other people in here at this point, and we haven't even begun to like sign in or anything. So then here we are 45 minutes later. The receptionist was off or something. I'm not sure what happened. And then the other young lady that works there, you could tell she was overwhelmed. There was a lot going on. She typically works the back, and she was having to be in the front because the other lady, the receptionist or front desk person, wasn't there today. So you could tell she was flustered and overwhelmed. And so here I am looking at the time because I've got to get to work, and that's why I like scheduling the very first appointment so that I can just get in and get out. So here we are, 8:40, and there's a gentleman sitting next to me, and he's like, I can't believe this, I'm getting ready to leave. And then there was an obnoxious lady in there on the phone. The waiting room can be no bigger than a 12 by 12 area, 12 by 15, something like it's a small waiting room. And she was on the phone having a full-blown conversation about her dogs and her grandkids and how she's not going to pick them up, and just it wasn't even like, yeah girl, like, yeah, this is going on. No, it was like, ah! And you're just like, excuse me, ma'am, there's like a room full of people, and we're all like sitting right next to each other. I don't know. I was just like, seriously, like, walk out. She wasn't even a patient. She was there waiting for somebody who was being seen by the doctor. So she was just very obnoxious. So then the gentleman next to me was like, I'm ready to give up. He's like, it's my first time here, and it's not the experience I was expecting. And I felt terrible, and I was like, look, this never happens. Like, I promise you, Dr. Z is never this unorganized. I don't know what happened today. I'm like, and he's like, it was your appointment today at 8? And I'm like, yeah, I have the card here. It says 8:15, 8. So I'm like, but I did get an email. I'm like, it better be today. So I'm looking through my emails. It said confirmation for August 17th, which is Wednesday. So I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I finally decide to look at the email to confirm at 8:40, 8:43, something like that. So of course I go to the girl, and I feel so bad for her because I know that she's just flustered and is like overwhelmed at this point. And there was somebody already arguing with her about how ridiculous it is to book so many appointments at 8 a.m. and everybody's there for 8 a.m. and they only have one doctor. How are you going to book so many people with one doctor? She's just going on, and the poor girl's like, I don't normally work the front. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So anyways, she's young. She probably could have handled it a lot better, but I understand she's young, and she's just, probably just all kinds of things racing through her mind. So anyways, I go up there and I'm like, hey, so you see my card? It says 8:15 at 8 a.m. I'm like, but my email says 8:17, 8 a.m. I'm like, I have a feeling the email is correct and the card is not. She must have wrote the wrong day on there. So she's checking in the system, and she's like, yeah, you're really scheduled for Wednesday. Granted that I had already invested 45 minutes of my day doing nothing in there, and I'm just like, but I'm looking around at all the other people who are scheduled for that day, and I'm like, I feel bad. Even though I was like the third person in line, I would feel terrible skipping them, knowing that I showed up on the wrong day. And then they would have probably did that anyways. Like, we've got to see our appointments that were scheduled for today first, and then, so I was just like, you know what? I told her, is this going to happen Wednesday again? Because I can't afford to be this late to work, twice in 1 week. And she's like, no, I don't know what's going on today. She's like, but it shouldn't be like this on Wednesday. And it's true. I mean, I've been here maybe 4 or 5 times already, and I'm always the first one there. And when I leave, there's maybe 1 or 2 other people there, but it's never like this crowded. So I told her, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'll come back to my appointment Wednesday, and I left. So I went in there with my hopes high, thinking I was going to walk out with my 5.0 prescription, and no. I walked out empty-handed and broken-hearted. My injection's not due till the end of the week anyways, so it's not like, but I was anxious to already get it ordered and get it delivered, so I know that it's in my hands and I'm ready to take my injection. on Thursday or Friday, whichever day I decide, because I switch days depending on my activity level. Because I know that I'm the least hungry. The first 2-3 days after injection is when I am not at all hungry. Day 5 and 6, right now, so far in the game,
at 2.5, I'm starving by day 4, 3 and 4 now.
because I literally took it Friday last week and we're Monday and I was hungry today. I just wanted to eat. I snacked on my cream cheese and pretzels for lunchtime. That's all I had. And then for dinner, I made hamburger patties with gravy, like Salisbury steak type. And I ate one patty and some mashed potatoes and a little bit of corn. And oh my God, I am full. And I probably overate, but I felt like I really was hungry and I really wanted to eat that meal. And after I ate it, I instantly regretted it. And it's not a lot of food because it's one hamburger patty with some mushrooms on top and gravy and a couple spoonfuls of mashed potatoes and a couple spoonfuls of corn. But on Mounjaro, that felt like a feast. Like I probably should have eaten half of the patty and just 1 or 2 spoonfuls of mashed potatoes and corn, and I would have been fine. But my mind is still fat girl mind. It, I promise I'm getting better, but she's still there. It's just like I still see myself as a 270-pound person, and people are like, yeah, right, you're so confident. Yeah, you guys, but I spent a majority of my life being 250 plus pounds. And that is who I am on the inside. And even though I look different now on the outside, and even though I may appear to be more confident, I am very much still fat girl mentality in my mind. Like I still get tunnel vision when I go places, because before, when people looked at me, I felt like they were looking at me because they didn't like, they were looking at me like gross, or why are you wearing that, or I don't know. It's just my own insecurities. And I just felt like you're looking at me because you're criticizing something about me. You're looking at something to point out about me. You're probably trying to snap a picture to share it with somebody, make fun of me about something. That's just my own insecurities. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But I still struggle with that. And people don't believe me. Like my other persona when I'm comfortable in speaking. But even recording these videos, you guys, I've gotten so much better, because at the beginning, it was hard for me to do it in front of my family. I felt embarrassed to do it, and my kids hear me recording. I would not record in front of my husband, just because I felt like such a goofball. And now it's like I'll do it anywhere. Like I'll record in public. I'll record myself eating in public, and it's like, I mean, it is what it is. It's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to grow my channel. I'm trying to grow my social media now, and so it is what it is. Like you just got to get over it. For my girls out there, that I read somebody's comment today that's like, I had to wait for my husband to leave the room to vlog, my Mounjaro day today. And I was like, girl, like you just rip it like a Band-Aid. Just do it. I mean, every time that I would be like, no, I'm gonna wait till he gets out, or I'm gonna wait till he leaves, I'm gonna wait till the kids are asleep. It's too hard that way, you guys. Like, it's bad enough finding time to squeeze in a video, and then on top of that, finding time to be alone to do the video. So anyways, this is what happens when I do not have notes to go by. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm keeping y'all way over. So please share with me some things that you want to talk about. Share with me in the comments some things that you would want to hear a different perspective about.
God, you guys, I keep spitting.
I don't know, some ideas, because you guys, I'm running out of content. I do makeup, I do hair, I do other things, but it's like I know most of you guys are following my weight loss journey, and like I don't want to throw y'all off with like a random video, or lose some of my subscribers because they're like, I thought this was a weight loss channel. Why are you posting about your eyebrows? So anyways, you guys, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching again. I hope to bring up some new ideas. It's just that I know joint pain has been a big subject out there for people, and so I wanted to mention that, since I totally forgot to talk about that on my tips and side effects. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll talk soon.